Hi, and welcome to Anne's Family Recipe. Today I'm sharing with you the easiest summertime appetizer perfect for your upcoming 4th of July party. It's fresh pineapple slices topped with raspberry Jello. We have a family reunion with my dad's side of the family every year right around the 4th of July, and we've been doing this for over 25 years. It is so much fun. Now, my cousin Barb is the hostess with the mostest. She hosts this in her home every year, and she has some of the same appetizers year after year because they're tried and true, some of my favorite foods ever, and then every year she also sprinkles in some new dishes too. Now, I have shared with you a few of her recipes before. I'll link them in the description box below. Some of my favorites include her chocolate chip cream cheese dip, which is so good. It's like dessert and an appetizer combined into one, my two favorite food groups. And then she also makes a really good queso dip with sausage in it, which I've never tried anywhere else before, and it is so yummy. So definitely check those recipes out too if you're looking for some other appetizers to serve at your 4th of July party. But today I'm going to show you the simplest but most delicious appetizer that I have to offer. It is sliced pineapple, and over top you sprinkle raspberry Jello. It is the most delectable combination. It's really fresh and juicy, a little bit tangy and tart and sweet all combined into one. It is so good. I'm just going to start by chopping up my pineapple. Now, I washed and dried this before I began, just because the knife is going through the skin onto the flesh of the fruit, so you want to just make sure that it's clean. I'm going to chop the pineapple kind of how I always do, just by removing the big stem up here and the skin and then dicing it up into chunks. But for presentation's sake, if you wanted to cut it the whole way up the middle, even through the stem up here, and then kind of slice it and use the outer shell as like a vessel to hold your pineapple chunks, that would look really cool too. Whatever you want to do. So for me, I'm just going to start by hacking off the top and the bottom. And this pineapple is perfectly ripe. I actually just bought it today, and I was so thankful that they had some perfectly ripe pineapples at the store. You can tell it's a nice golden color all the way, like from top to bottom. It smells tropical. It smells like pineapple. And I should have showed you while it was still on. Hopefully I can grab a little stem here. If you can pull a leaf like right out of the middle easily, that's another tip to know that it's ripe. Okay, so next we're gonna work on this skin on the outside. So this is what I would do if I was slicing up a cantaloupe, honeydew, watermelon, something like that. Same thing with the pineapple. I'm just gonna go and get kind of a thin layer of the skin off the outside, and then I'll go back and take out some of these eyes too, because they're pretty tough. You don't want to eat those. Ooh, and kind of pointy too. Got my finger a little bit on that one. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in and take off all of these little brown eyes here, and then we'll go on to the next step. Next, I'm going to quarter my pineapple. We'll just cut it down the middle. And then it's nice that we cut off the bottom because you can stand it up easily this way. And we'll slice that in half. And then this is a really easy way to remove the core. So it's totally exposed, and you can just sort of cut on the diagonal right down, and you've removed the core, which is pretty tough. You don't really want to eat that. So I'll do that to all 4 quarters. And lastly, I'll just slice these long pineapple spears into thin wedges. So the finishing touch is to sprinkle on some raspberry Jello. So I just took my package out of the box, and you're not going to use too much of it. Little goes a long way with this. We'll open that up. And what I did, I just took my little pineapple wedges and I just fanned them out onto a serving platter. You want to make sure that every piece is fairly well exposed, at least by half, so that they each get some of the raspberry Jello powder on top. So we're just going to sprinkle this all over and let it sit in. It kind of melts into the fruit, and it makes it so good. And that is all it takes to make this incredible appetizer. It is so easy, it couldn't be faster, and I just had to share it with you because I have never had this at anybody else's home for any other occasion or party, so I wanted to pass this on because I think they are so tasty. So now I just have to give it a taste. Now just beware, I don't have any toothpicks here, I was just thinking about that. I would set out some toothpicks with this appetizer because the Jello can kind of stain your fingertips, but I'm gonna go for it. I don't really care. I'm just gonna dive in because they are that good. But just a heads up. Super sweet, but not too sweet. Like a little bit tangy from the fresh pineapple. Nice and juicy. I love using the fresh pineapple. You could totally substitute canned if that's all you can find, but the fresh pineapple really makes it. It's like super tropical and really refreshing. And you can use any flavored Jello you want. Actually, I'm kicking myself because my husband has such an amazing idea for the 4th of July. He was like, you should have bought the blue raspberry Jello too. So you could alternate. You could do some with red, and it doesn't have to be raspberry. You could use, I know they have black cherry, there's strawberry, different varieties of red Jello, and then blue on the other side, so it's a little more patriotic looking. But these are so good. So I'm having them today, it's Sunday, and I cannot wait to have them next weekend at our family reunion. Comment below with your favorite 4th of July appetizer. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram at Anne's Family Recipe. Thank you so much for joining me today in my kitchen. Happy 4th of July, and I'll see you again soon with another family recipe.